Are you dancing, Benetram? Oh my god, guys. It's the Benetram dance party. Hi, and welcome to our continuing Shining Force 3 Scenario 3 playthrough. As you might have noticed, well, you know, let's talk about this right now. We are in the middle of a rather monotonous Chapter 4 field battle. We have half our force here around this pyramid, and we have another half of our force in this ruin here as we're trying to loot some treasure here. Now, it's been a bit dicey in there, but I think we're on track, and I think we're on track to sort of go through and finish this battle in this playthrough. Now, as you might have noticed, looking at the screen, what do we have here? We got a Hydra, we got a Slash Bat, and we got a Bugbear. I'm gonna get a little aggressive here. Oh, should I? I was gonna say I'm gonna get a little aggressive here and go attack, but we're not gonna do that. But here is your warning. I have my Leafs jersey on. This is probably the first time I have streamed since the inevitable Toronto Maple Leafs playoff loss, and we might be getting into Shining Force 3 Leafs talk. Right. See, these guys won't engage us. So, as you probably may or may not be aware, the Toronto Maple Leafs broke their... I want to get in here and fight, but I don't want to get surrounded, unfortunately. The Bugbear could come down. Okay, yeah, so we're getting some aggression now, which is good. Because I don't really need to kill these guys. I do love that winding punch. We don't really need to kill these guys, but it would be nice to get some XP here. Thief wakes up. Alrighty. So, what we ran into here is we went to loot this chest right here with this dragon. Got over there and learned that dragons for some reason can't loot chests, which seems a little presumptuous. I wonder if I have to turn on this light switch actually. Now, what's actually also we have to worry about is when these thieves leave, these ruins collapse. So we kind of need to make our way over here, loot these chests, but also set things up in a way that these thieves can't escape. And there's two ways for the thieves to escape. They can escape here, and they can... Oh, guys, we almost completely forgot about these hellhounds. I literally almost forgot about these hellhounds and these hydras. We'll just let them come in here and get some free hits on us. Nice, learned a special attack, learned the Mirage Dance, so that's going to upgrade your skills. Oh, I am not dropping that white ring. Oh, no. Are we going to drop the bracer? We're going to drop the bracer. In hindsight, that seems silly. It's just like, it just seems like we don't want to take the time to manage our inventory. Because... Uh-oh. We might be sacrificing 1,000 at the altar of this hellhound for the chance and potential. Ooh. Yeah, I think 1,000's a done for. You have 65 attack. Your defense is... Yep. 1,000 is going to fall. And there's nothing we can really do about it, unfortunately. Here's the other thing I'm worried about. Yeah. I'm worried that we can't get to the lantern and heal up. But we do have this Bugbear here, and he's come and attack. We can Spark, or we can Golem, and we're gonna Golem. Golem. So, as we were talking before this game rudely interrupted us, the Toronto Maple Leafs lost in the playoffs to the Florida Panthers. And has been my... only 26 damage. Nice, a level. That's good. And has been my tradition for... Oh, Drain level 2. I am interested to see what Drain level 2 does. Does that give us range? Does that give us the MP? Interesting. So yes, the Toronto Maple Leafs lost in round 2 to the Florida Panthers, and has always been my tradition. I pretty much wear my Toronto Maple Leafs jersey once a year, and that one time a year is after they've been eliminated from the playoffs. So it's always a somber thing, but I always feel like, you know, it's kind of like anybody can be a fan in the good time. I mean, how many good times have there been for the Maple Leafs? That's a whole other question, but anyone can be a fan in good times. You got to be a fan in the bad times to kind of earn the right to ride that wave. You know, gatekeeping 101. But anyway, as with the usual playoff failures in Toronto, there's the overreaction of, you know, these players suck, they're never going to win with these people, this core is broken, fire the coach, fire the GM, and... Ooh, 50 damage. It's kind of been an ongoing thing where every year it's almost like they're getting unlucky, because hockey is a okay, good, attack that unicorn. Because hockey is a real random game. You know, you can take 30 of pretty much the same shots. Alright, inspect. And get... Oh, a Macho Mace. That's great for what reason? Yeah, you can take like 30 of the same shots, and in one game get 5 goals, and another game get no goals. And while there is some skill that plays into that, there's not...
My horn can pierce the sky.
There's not as much as you would think. And that's kind of always been the line, because the Leafs have always had like good underlying advanced metrics. And they say, hey, they should have won these games, and people tend to say, but they didn't. Why? There must be some random reason why this didn't happen. And, you know, the whole hockey is random card, it's starting to run a little dry. Hell, it's starting to run a little dry with me, but it's starting to run a little dry with the fandom, and I think... Ooh, let's see what this Mirage Dance is, because this is a new thing we learned. Alright, oh wow, that might have did, what, 70 damage altogether? 66 damage, that's beautiful. That's a level for Pruden. Give me some good gains. No, you're good gains. You're General Pruden. You don't give me good gains. But yeah, it's all the knee-jerk reaction, fire this person, fire that person. And, you know, every year you tend to strive to be above it. To be above that reaction, because, you know, that reaction is knee-jerk, it's not silly. Trust the process, as the Philadelphia 76ers GM would say. Get out of here. Give me a level 1000. Yes. And everybody has their solutions, and it's, oh, we should trade that player, and oh, we should trade this player. Really, it's trade one of the core 4, but a lot of the core 4 have contracts and such to make them immovable, or that we're not gonna get enough value to move them. We'll end up getting, you know, 50 cents on a dollar removed if we have a knee-jerk reaction. Hell. I mean, this knee-jerk reaction, without thinking, kind of resulted in the Leafs trading away. I mean, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, we did the exact same thing, where, oh my god, we have to trade Nazem Kadri away. So Nazem Kadri was a... He still is. It's not like he's stopped being this. We're gonna do an Inferno. Let's fly here. Let's see what we got. Nazem Kadri was a center on the Maple Leafs, and for the last 2 playoffs, we had been in series with Boston, and in 2 playoffs, he had done something stupid to get suspended. Completely deservedly so, and it really screwed over the team because the first time he got suspended, we didn't have the depth to make up for it. And, you know, we ended up taking the Boston Bruins to 7 games when the Boston Bruins were a better team. And it's kind of like, if we had that extra player, if we had him, that's a bounce. And you go, oh, we would have won. And then in the next year, and this is when I almost think some of the plans went awry here. So we have a Hell Succubus, a Bugbear, and another Bugbear. We fear nothing. Also, we need some healing. But also, we fear nothing. That Succubus could come down here and do a bunch of damage. But he did the same thing again, lost his school, did something to get suspended, and Kadria is kind of a sneaky, dirty player. There's a fork in the road ahead. All units take the left path. That is probably the Empire's... Is that the boat? Oh, dude, that might be Median. Maybe Median is up ahead of us. That would be pretty boss. So 1,000 needs a freaking heal here. And he's gonna be who we focus on? I guess. I don't know. We're not really thinking clearly here. But the second time Kadri got suspended was when the Leafs had a trio down the middle of Kadri, Tavares, and Matthews, which was legitimately at the time probably one of the best 1-2-3 centers in the league. Hell, you could make the case right now, if they were all on the same team right now, you could make a case that they would be the best 1-2-3 still. Because Matthews is arguably better than those years, even though Tavares and Kadri have gotten worse. Yeah, here we go. Oh, I thought you were going to come in and hit. And to me, the team was always signing Tavares. It was always like, you kind of, it was almost like we were reaching another level when we had that depth and put Kadri on the third line. I don't want to bring you up to hit this Hell Succubi, because you are level 18. Let's spread our units out. Yeah, that lance should do... It's a holy lance on a succubus.
It burns! Oh, it burns!
It should give you extra damage here. And we're gonna swing around and finish. What are you? You're a Slash Bat and a Hydra. I'd like the Succubus just to be gotten rid of. I know that's putting Spirial in some danger. But like the dream was having that 1-2-3 center of Kadri, Tavares, and Matthews. And it was almost like that was the reasoning for signing the big Tavares contract in the first place, is because when we signed Tavares, he was 30 years or 29 years old. It was basically, you were going to have some prime years, and then you were going to have some declining years. And it was kind of like, we're going to have a 1-2-3 of you in your prime that would run us for the next couple years. Then unfortunately, Kadri got suspended again, and we had this big knee-jerk reaction in the city and in management as well. I can't just sit here and only blame the freaking city for this. Management overreacted as well. Hell, you know, I want to sit here and say management overreacted. I personally overreacted. And then, you know what? Like, sitting here talking about this overreaction, traded him to Colorado, and then next year in the playoffs, got suspended in Colorado again. So it was kind of like vindication. But then you know what happened after that? He put up 100 points, PDO assisted, and Colorado won a Stanley Cup. With him playing second line center being a big reason why. Nice level up on your weapon attack. And the thing with Kadri, and the thing with the way the league is kind of put together. I say unfortunately because I am from the city of Toronto and we make the most money in the NHL. So we would love to spend all our money on players, but the way the league is structured, there's a salary cap. And that salary cap limits the... It really ruins the fun of the league and the game, in a sense, because it comes to a point where all you really care about is not even so much how good a player is, but how much a player makes. So to that point, and related to that point, can we come in here and hit an aura on Spirial? I know that's not exactly what we're gonna want here. Yeah, I think this might still be dumb, but you tend to go, you know, this player's good. You're putting up a point per game, but is he, you know, $11 million good or whatever? And Kadri, one of the upsides with Kadri was he made, like, he was rather underpaid for what he brought to the team as well. Anyway, they traded him in a forced trade, like what seems to be getting forced onto them this year, and they got back pennies on a dollar. They made a bad trade. That set their team back. And then, what's excuse number whatever? Apparently we're doing the entire history of the Matthews era. All of the young players on Toronto ended up getting... A lot of people say they ended up getting paid too much. I'm not sure if I buy that. I would say there is literally only one player on Toronto who ended up getting paid too much, and that's a certain winger named Mitch Marner. I think Austin Matthews is completely adequately paid for what he provides. He's not underpaid. Well, some people would argue that in a salary cap league, he is underpaid, and star players don't necessarily make what they should relative to, you know, the scrubs that surround them. William Nylander at 7 is a perfectly adequate amount. Wow, you are being freaking aggressive. Did not expect this. Freeze level 3, at most that does 20. You know, they could rush poor Donut here, and they could take him out if they wanted to. But at 7, he's adequately paid. John Tavares is currently overpaid and has a bad contract. But, and the big but is, he is paid what he is worth in the market at the time in which he signs his contract. Because like we were talking about when we were doing the Kadri rant, is, you're completely useless. You can actually do a shining. That might actually be nice now that you have no MP. There's a window with your older guys. So Tavares was probably underpaid for the first 2 years he was here. Then properly paid for the next 3. And now he's getting to the point where he's old and he's slowing down and he is underpaid. I am going to try to suck out as much experience from this battle as I possibly can. Nice, and it worked. So our players Mitch Marner got overpaid a little, which isn't a huge problem. They got paid under the assumption that the salary cap would continue to go up, which is a completely correct assumption. Except after the Leafs got paid, after these young players got paid, COVID happened. And the salary cap of the NHL is tied to the amount of revenue. Jesus, Rolly. Tied to the amount of revenue that the league brings in. So, because of COVID, and because this left a scenario where they could not get fans in the building, the revenue of the league dropped considerably. So this basically left the salary cap stagnant. So the Leafs, who had signed all these people to what they thought would be fair market contracts as the salary cap went up, kind of got hosed by that because the salary cap stopped going up So all the people they thought they were paying at market value. I wonder if Harold's gonna die. This would be our first death in quite a while. Nope. I mean, that bugbear could still come in and bugbear him up. I mean, he still could. If I have a healing... Yeah, if I have a healing item, we're gonna use that on you right now. So, you know, it's stuff like this that leads people to go, oh, the Leafs are cursed. Oh. And what else leads you to thinking the Leafs were cursed? Well, now we're into the COVID years. Where the Leafs won their division. They ended up playing in an all-Canada division, which was freaking awesome. And they ended up playing the Montreal Canadiens in the first round. No, we can't even get to the 3-1 series lead part. So the Leafs were the best team in the division. Ended up in first place. Ended up playing the Montreal Canadiens, who were far below them. And then within the first 10 minutes of Game 1, I remember this vividly because I was streaming this on my phone while I was with my son at the park. John Tavares takes an accidental knee to the head as he is down on the ice, and he is done for the series. So the Leafs lose a star player, but they still go up 3-1 on Montreal. So you know what? That's still fine. We're still good. But then they lose Game 5, and then they lose Game 6. And I think Game 5 and Game 6 were actually losses in overtime, but don't quote me on that. And then they come out to Game 7, and they play their first terrible game of the first real terrible game of the series, lose. And that's kind of started this real lifelong, the Leafs are chokers because of that. Then they played Tampa Bay. We're going to speed through this now because I think we're about to get some story. Played Tampa Bay next year. Lost to them in 7. Tampa Bay, the reigning Stanley Cup champions. The Leafs actually had a goal disallowed in that Game 7. That was controversial. Kinda similar to a goal that Florida was allowed to score in overtime in Game 5, but, you know, again, Leafs are cursed. Things happen to us that are a penalty, but are fine for everybody. My bitterness is coming out. This year, they finally beat the Lightning in 6. They probably don't deserve to win the series, and then they just lost in 5 to the Florida Panthers, where they were arguably the better team for every game but Game 3. So ends Leafs talk. Back to Shining Force 3's story. The path Wanarena told us about is in poor condition, and it also seems to be a mountain path. Those of us who are originally from the Empire shouldn't have any problem, but it will be difficult for King Benetrim. King Benetrim and his weak Republican legs. Is that Median? No, they're gone. Oh ho, a battleship. No, they're gone. The ship isn't there anymore. Am I supposed to be seeing the ship and its sprite is not there? Oh, now it's out of sight. Wait, what? But we followed it into the river. That's strange. What's the matter, King Benetrim? You look pale. An Imperial battleship. It's gone now. It was visible for a moment, then it disappeared. It couldn't be the ship my brother is aboard. They couldn't have arrived already. Oh, Domeric, what are you up to? Why is that Imperial battleship here? They didn't greet us. We are warriors, but they are not helping us. Where did they go? The Imperial army doesn't seem to be very friendly to us. Oh. Was the battleship sent out to impede us or even attack us? Look, guys, we can't assume the worst. You know what? No, Emperor Domeric is the worst. Yeah. It could be the Empire. He probably wants to avenge the attack on Aspia. He was stopped there, so perhaps he sent a force to stop us. Yeah, Domeric is the worst. If that ship carries a force large enough to intercept us, we could have real trouble ahead. The Empire is aware of our strength. Also, it's worth noting, what's the Empire going to throw at us? We've beat his best stuff. Before they block our advance, we must perform the evolution ceremony at our kill and join the Symbios army. What is our kill? I guess Arkhill is a bunch of weirdly rendered square polygons that don't look good. Are you dancing, Benetrim? Oh my god, guys, it's the Benetrim dance party. King Benetrim, how do you feel? You must be tired from all the walking on this mountain road. Should we take a break? Well, it is exhausting. What's going on with you, Benetrim? Are you in a trance or something? Julian, we should take a break and wait for Benetrim to catch his breath. Then we can continue our search for Arkhill. Julian, you don't have to worry about me. We must hurry to Arkhill. King Benetrim says what he means, Julian. We can proceed. Yeah, he's not heaving anymore. He's not doing his dance anymore. Okay, but we don't want to hear any more about complaints about how your... Okay, we don't want to hear any more complaints about how your back or feet are hurting. Have we heard any? Chuckles Kate. You don't have to worry about me. I'll be fine. Yeah, what's up with Benetrim? All this time we're worried about Domric. Julian Army, look out. Whoa, it's One-Eyed Ninja. Oh, what's this music? Is this new music? Who are you exactly?
Call me Snake.
And what exactly are we supposed to look out for? Jubai, I noticed you were exhausted as you were climbing this mountain. I don't think you were well enough equipped, so I wanted to warn you. This is new music. And it's pretty good too. You know, I've talked badly about this game here and there. I think it might have the best music of any of the Shining Force games. You followed us. I'm not the only one following you. Some suspicious men are following you as well. I believe they're planning to attack you. Suspicious men? Preparing to battle with us? They are here. Pawn and Bishop, I presume? Speaking of really good music, let's go. We followed the Julian army, but it seems as though someone followed us as well. That's not favorable for the Rainbloods. You, samurai from the east, you are certainly persistent. You've lost your leader and your country. Haven't you lost enough yet, Jubai? Ooh, samurai! We failed before, but we won't let you escape from us. This time, Gracia and Julian? Are you wondering why all 6 of us are not here? There's no reason to be concerned about that. The other 4 of us are divided as well, 2 in each group. That's bad. This means we will be faced with attacks in 3 different places. That's not that bad though, because if they split up, we can end up running through them pretty easily. That must have been the purpose of the battleship we saw. The ship is likely putting men on shore ahead of us. I guess you've been hiding and waiting for us. We are the strongest force available, and under normal circumstances we don't need backup. But in this situation, we are faced with 3 armies. Haha, surely you realize that even though there are only 2 of us, we won't be defeated. We too could defeat any force. Ah, is that so, Rainbloods? Yet you're the pawn and the bishop. You are the so-called chest army. That's why each of you carries the name of a chess piece, and your leader is the king, right? That is correct. What's your point? Chess soldiers all have a purpose that supports the army. When all the pieces are working together, the chess army is very powerful, but the others are not here, including your leader. Well, now you're giving me flashbacks to perhaps the best Shining Force battle of all time, the chessboard. But those units, they didn't work in conjunction with each other. I remember when that battle first came up to me, and I was really excited to play like a game of chess in Shining Force. And I was kind of disappointed that it was just a standard battle. It's still an awesome battle though. I followed you for a long time. I've been waiting for this opportunity. You don't have the others here to help you. Your weakness will show. So you mean to believe you could defeat us? Haha. I mean, we're gonna. We have been waiting to destroy the Julian army, who is opposed to the Empire. We might as well get rid of you while we're at it. Oh, Jubai. The Rainbloods are fearsome enemies. All 6 are usually together. Fortunately, they are divided. They will not be able to realize their full strength. Don't let this opportunity slip away. Destroy them. And you'll help us, Jubai? By joining our force? Did you hear that, Julian? Their strength is legendary, but if what Jubai says is true, this may be our best opportunity to defeat them. Julian, the Rainbloods intend to stop us. We must go to battle. To battle! Let's go. Alright, so. Those are the scary Rainbloods. There's a Hell Succubi. I'd like to thank you all for joining me on the stream. We're gonna aggress here, stop here. We're actually gonna go to the village, probably switch out some of our force. So, yeah, like I said, thanks for joining me. Thanks for letting me rant to you about hockey on this Shining Force stream. Thank you, and goodbye.